Good evening and welcome to Remember Our Struggle. I'm Ariana Eckel. Tonight I will be speaking to you about the great American Renaissance man Paul Robeson, an accomplished athlete, scholar, lawyer, actor, singer, activist, and more. Such a brief span as this cannot hope to cover the life of such a person, but here is an introduction. Paul Robeson was born in 1898 in Princeton, New Jersey, to Reverend William Drew Robeson, who was born a slave and self-emancipated at 15, and to Maria Louisa Bustle, who was of mixed ancestry and came from a prominent Quaker family in the area. Robeson overcame many obstacles early in his life, including the loss of his mother in a house fire when he was just 6 years old, and the family subsequently losing their home. At just 12 years old, Paul began filling in as minister and preaching to his father's flock when he was away. Excelling early in drama, football, and academics, Robeson won a statewide academic contest which granted him a scholarship to Rutgers University. Robeson was only the third black student ever to attend and was the only one attending at the time. He faced numerous challenges from other people due to his race, but refused to back down or allow them to dampen his potential if he had anything to say about it. By the end of his Rutgers career, despite losing his father as well during his junior year, he was hailed for his academic, singing, and athletic talents, with too many accolades to be listed here, but which include first-team All-American, selection in football 2 years in a row, and election as class valedictorian by his fellow students. Robeson went on to graduate with a law degree from Columbia University, but only briefly practiced due to widespread racism. He also met and married Eslanda Good during this time, and for a time, she worked to support them both. Paul didn't stay down for long, however, and with Eslanda's encouragement, he pivoted instead into a career in acting. He was an almost immediate, critically acclaimed success, and she came to work as his ambitious promoter and agent. Finding his career to be less limited by racism in Europe, Robeson would go on to perform in numerous plays there, including as the title character of Othello at the Savoy Theatre and in films such as Emperor Jones. It was during this time that Robeson experienced a political awakening due to his association with political dissidents, including unemployed workers and anti-imperialist activists. It was also at this time that he and Eslanda were invited by director Sergei Eisenstein to tour the Soviet Union. After a tense stopover in Berlin, in which the Robesons were almost attacked by Nazis, the Robesons were startled by the lack of racist undertones in their Soviet travels. Robeson would be further drawn into politics by the Spanish Civil War, which he considered to be a turning point of his life. He modified his songs and did benefit performances for the cause. After his business agent, not Eslanda by then, cautioned him about consequences for his career due to his activism, Robeson replied that contemporary events trump commercialism, going on to say to a Welsh crowd that the artist must take sides. He must elect to fight for freedom or slavery. I have made my choice. I had no alternative. Robeson became a staunch promoter for his people, other oppressed peoples, and for workers. However, after a time, he became blacklisted by the FBI from singing, acting, or speaking, culminating in his basic inability to make a living. The U.S. government then repeatedly denied him a passport, refusing to allow him to leave the country either. Ultimately, he was called in for questioning by the House Un-American Activities Committee during the height of that era's Red Scare. Here's an excerpt from that trial's minutes, performed by James Earl Jones.
My father was a slave, and my people died to build this country. And I'm going to stay here and have a part of it just like you, and no fascist-minded people will drive me from it.
I hope I have whetted your appetite to learn more about this famous, accomplished, and controversial American. Now, a bit of All Men Are Brothers, performed by the man himself. Have a great evening, everyone.
Build the road of peace before us, build it wide and deep and long. Speed the slow and check the eager, help the weak and curb the strong. None shall push aside another, none shall let another fall. March beside me, oh my brothers, all for one